Merry Christmas Eve! Happy day, Vibe Tribe. Happy day. Rockin' with your favorite friendly friend entertainer, stickity motivator with the vibes that are greater. Happy day, Vibe Tribe. There some Christmas lo-fi. Cool beans. Happy day, Vibe Tribe. Figured we'd have a quick stream. Why are you writing in capital letters? They're not writing in capital letters. No. It's a nice way to mention Merry Christmas, you know, in all capital letters. Shall we maybe start the day off with a read? Maybe a Bible read? That would be stating. Alright. God has given you the freedom of taking your best stab at life, of spreading out your own map, striking out on your own instincts, and finding your own way to the landing, or to the land of meaning and purpose. In the case that responsibility leaves you feeling unsettled or ill-equipped, He's more than willing to oversee your travel plans, to plot out the route that He knows are best, no matter how out of the way they may appear to you. After all, He knows places where you're likely to bump into lane closures and construction delays. He knows that squiggly red line in the map that appears to cut nearly an hour off your trip disguises a sea of school zones, stop signs, and Friday night ballgame traffic. He even knows they've opened one of your favorite restaurants on the little back road that you never would have spotted if you had gone the way that you were thinking. With a travel agent like that helping you chart your path through life, why would anybody want to trust their own sense of direction? Would you? Oh, right. sorry but not sorry. That's the way to have the Christmas spirit. What was that? Oh, all caps. Jeez. Coke and blood trickling down your throat. You know, you can tell that Paige is feeling in the Christmas spirit, you know. Hugs to the little ones for me, you know. Finds a rock. Kid Rock. Stickity, stickity. Stick it there, stick it there. Since it is very important that you are here, beyond tradition, you know, with 8 plus 35. Is it 43? Are you okay? Hakuna Matata! Oh my gosh, college Willikers. So, did you notice that there's a new movie, a new Lion King? It's gonna be named Mufasa. And it's gonna have CGI lions. Hakuma. Is that another way to, you know, Assalamu alaikum. Toucan, you have a lull. You have a lull. Is it a lullaby? Right? Those rap lullabies showing that they care. Spending time with the family, similar to with the Blue Samurai. What shall we write today? You should sleep, you know, don't oversleep, you know, for the holidays, you know, and, you know, recognizing that the holidays, it's a traditional mindset, so don't allow yourself to be overcome by your notions of weakness and depression from one to another, you know, to recognize and to know that, you know, sometimes cleaning your room, you know, or cleaning your house, you know, you shall progressively feel better about yourself, feel better about life. And not allowing the, you know, the essences of depression, however you may be suited for depression, you know, the world is the cure for depression at? Especially during the holiday seasons, you would be noticing that you are mentioning depression within the time and space from people that bring you happiness and doctoring your emotional gauge of things and stuff and such, that it being your mental, you allowing your mental spiral, with depressive thoughts, doesn't have to, necessarily seem that way, though. You can't make your, what is that? You made your bed, you stay that way. Never change, because telepathy, is a gift, and, a sense of entertainment, a sense of lifestyle, if, you utilize your depressive thoughts to, scroll through the chat with, maybe, sayings that, relieve the reason for, questioning. Where you don't need to question. You can utilize the tools that are present to be utilized, name them. And that's quite alright, because, once you upgrade your scenario, you leave all the baggage from the past to the past, leave it at that, leave it at that. If there was one right way to embrace religion, if there was right, for there to be one right way, that would be, life is not a one size fits all. So to not need to explain, because, things and stuff and such. You wonder how many times Jesus had to explain, the fact that he married a whore. That's neither here nor there. And if it was, maybe you'd call somebody begging for more mercy because there's a scorpion in your room or something, and there's proper propriety whenever, maybe you utilize your BBL to release stress, and maybe I utilize your life expectancy to cover up, certain delusions. It's not your life expectancy. And if it was, maybe, I would just, utilize the way that the kids talk now. Oh, is that how maybe I'll talk that way, recognizing that, generations and generation after you, that may be more, structurally, morally, sound, as far as significance and as far as recognizing and placing yourself within a certain significance and without a certain significance. It's a nice medium, because for every, there's always answers. Sometimes you don't realize that it's the question that you must, ask differently. Or you must notice the questions within your life not as questions. If they are to arise as questions, then within the moral stance of delegations, that's already an answer. It's already been answered. So if you live your life like a snake, you should not be crying for mercy whenever you notice that maybe that snake bit you and you just didn't realize it. And, and so on. And so on. Yeah, right. My father used to say that, or used to mention that, and so on, and so on. Not quite, let the world maybe lie to you, because Santa's not real. Though, the tradition is traditionally tradition, busy, freaking filling the chat with delusions. Though they may be real to you. Things and stuff and such. Things and stuff and such, guys. Selective knowledge. If you do bad things happen to you. If you do bad things in good ways, sometimes good things happen to you, stemming from bad reasoning, or things and stuff and such. I would maybe for y'all mention that the danger of bad things is definitely lessened when whenever you are a good thing, and a good thing is weighed out by reasons to notice danger and, things and stuff and such. Your intentions, are definitely, neither here nor there. To notice that, the Ben within the Ben Affleck movie, he played Daredevil and he played Jersey Girl, anti-hero, standing for the, anticlimactic, what is that? It would be anticlimactic, certain reasoning, because the bad guy always wants to be the bad guy that gets away with, what is that? Passively doing bad things, or passively living in bad ways, not thinking that karma would, find a place to utilize certain deductive reasoning. With and for the essence of certain deductive reasoning, because not all, things that are done out of a selfish heart, to notice, that God weighs out your heart in gold before, it reaches the scales. Breathe. Those that have had to live with habits that they have adopted from the same habits that they have started is not a factional disposition within the stance of accountability. Would you like to start speaking Russian? Yeah. Daily norm is not a habit that'll turn around and, bite you in the long run, bite you from the long run. It would probably be a more poetically sound, formatively sound statement. If the internet would save your life, then maybe, certain divisiveness would be ruled out within recognizing responsibility that, neither here nor there, though. That's probably for the best. Right? For the best. That's to be noticed however you want to notice that, because the best does not have reason to lie. The best doesn't have a reason to have a, delusional, life expectations. Whether or not you have kids or not, sweetheart. This is the 20th century. Sometimes having a small family doesn't work in your favor. Sometimes it does work in your favor. And if you're trying to, record the lack of, knowledge of, disappointment. It's so accountable that, you could be, disillusioned by the fact that your life is just a disappointment, or just maybe a tool for somebody else's frustration because, you've never made it that far in life. So, you could utilize maybe, live your life as the reason that people, would notice, certain disappointment within the, oh, did that happen within, what is that? Was that in one of my, what is that? Not consultations. Was that, not embassy? Not congressionally. Things and stuff and such. Don't you love how, whenever you are the essence of scandal, that you just kind of murk every little, inkling of scandal around you? You just murk that shit. Keep on keeping on. Oh, did you try to offend? No, your life ended, within proprietary of, the nation that, noticed that it is okay, it is okay to, pretend, because sometimes, wrecking balls, fucking smash your fucking RV or some shit, Oh shit, now you have to, things and stuff and such, all leading up to, the fact that you pray to be shot in the face. You pray that NRC would shoot you in the face. Come here and sit on Stan's lap. Tell me how you've been a good girl. Tell me not how you've not been a good girl. Tell me, and maybe do you want to, tell Santa how you've been naughty or how you've been nice? Because Judgment Day, it definitely is weighed out on, different scales. Just because you attend church does not fucking mean that you have any more favor within the perspective of the Lord. Oh, maybe I'll just live a little bit more debaucherously, so I could, what is it? Things and stuff and such. What is it? That which is, done in secret shall, come to light. Within the essence of things and stuff and such. Oh, has nobody called you out on your disillusions today? How long did you think you were going to be able to, survive with those sort of sins on your, on your conjugal mind? Comical. No, for your comical mind. Yeah. Not gonna notice that, comedians normally have the best marriages because maybe their past, stemmed from a, a series of events that made for a better, long-term, a happier, long-term, a devout long-term, a loyal long-term, a non-transactional, non-conditional long-term. Recognize that as men are transactional, so is their life expectancy. And I'm sure they've tried to turn that around since the fucking millennials. Since the 1900s were the millennials, and now we're living in the millennia, guys. You know, the freaking, you didn't think the Mayans thought to about 2012. Now, who the heck has been keeping, you know, all their calendars in check? You know, maybe ever since you didn't realize that you do need special edition. Why? Because maybe if you're not that fucking special, you should find reasons to be, you know, to notice yourself specially, you know? You know, to poop your pants and have to, you know, run home and change. It's not necessary, you know. There are delegations that, you know, you live a good life, you know, or else a good life will find you, you know. It's alright. You could run to every fucking parking lot. Your little lot lizard heart could freaking, you know, conjure up. Doesn't mean that in your odyssey is not sitting around every corner waiting for that, you know, for that quick instance for you to be non-aware, non-accountable, and non-divisive with your choices. If your choices don't reflect some sort of ladder good, you know, for yourself, because if you place yourself within the, you know, you could place yourself within the instance and the recognition of the world, that does not make you of the world. It provides you with a perspective to judge the world. It provides you with a perspective to utilize your power, your strength, and your many multifaceted reasons to either overcome or push through within every justifiable lifestyle in this world. Because for every lifestyle, there's a lifestyle purpose, and for every lifestyle purpose, there's a business. And for every business, you have no idea sometimes whose toes you may or may not be stepping on by simply being alive. And being alive within the essence of justifiable, you know, debaucherous outcomes from debaucherous choices. Though, if you know, maybe you're so weak and depressed and lonely that you can't even notice to yourself how you are not facing your own struggle, therefore creating struggle outside of yourself by your choices. So therefore, do you not think that if you are creating a landslide for someone else, that you know, that couldn't quickly be reinterpreted for everything justifiably, that maybe you worked to understand this now, and you're obviously providing more meanings and reasons for you to be jealous. So for the stance that you thought you had, or you know, the lifestyle that you thought you know, built for yourself, you know, it's just a rug for neuroticy to pull right from under your feet, because maybe you was just living your life trying to hate on neuroticy. Maybe you was just living your life noticing, well, you know, and you're not a beautiful Indian brown girl, you know, on a Tuesday, now are you? No, you're just a pale-skinned loser that fucking looks for fucking reasons to show every other class society that you're fucking pathetic. Why? Because of not just your choices, not just how you uphold your fucking, you know, your little communities. Because, you know, those, you know, there are certain little communities that have been embraced by the fat communities. You know, really, You know, how do you think Trump was making the world a better place? Was he not pleasing the community that could be and would be a promised danger? It's not a matter of time. It's a matter of knowing your skill level. You must hit those that are active. Just because you white, maybe you need to be active. Because if you're not being kept on your toes, that community is just to show you how up maybe you should have fucking all those 365 days of the year that you were active within to be active standing for marginal communities. Why? Because the rug could be pulled from under your feet. No matter how big, no matter how strong you think you are, because there is such thing as white on white crime. There is such thing as black on black crime. There is such thing as brown on brown crime. And that shit plays out differently for every person that has the experience that God provides to make a wrong decision. Because God already knew from the get-go, if I provide you with the right space, time, and place to make decisions based on your fucking emotions, that you're so intelligent to utilize mathematics to cover up your fucking the fact that you are not that emotionally intelligent. No, hate on everybody else that is that emotionally stable, whether or not they are rich or poor, because we all are humans within the essence of deductive reasoning. Just because we have different struggle, it's the different shades and different colors of our struggle that, we're supposed to pinpoint the reason for reminding yourself that life is about death. Time is the question. What are you doing with your life? Because making the best of the certain time that you chose to consolidate through the essence of, if people around you are lying, I'm gonna fucking fight. I'm gonna beat those people up. And these people are gonna be steady fucking hating on you because they were hating on you before. I justifiably had to step into your life step into your life in a way that, stepped out all the fucking little redheaded, stepchildren with the fucking attitude that they're not entitled to. Whether or not their name, whether or not their DNA, their skin color, that was not meant for you. It was meant, to you within proximity. Oh, really? Yes, really. That's why I sit here and make fun. Oh, you're gonna grant wishes for peasants? No, that's, as a delegator, as an emperor, you have to sit in your throne while your people come to you with problems. And that, they're searching for solutions, and they're thinking that they could create, a percentage of them think that they could be I'll be my own solution. Yeah, but the only reason and way you're gonna be your own solution is if you certainly choose choose certainly how you choose to notice the world. With a million people yelling at you, and flirting at you, because you offer some sort of differential stability within, silly role play. That they, if you provide the people with more reasons to be delusional, they're going to be delusional way past their expectations. So, and within their expectations, they were expected to fuck up, being embarrassingly provided with the scenario and circumstance to make the wrong choices. So accountability is a big thing, because, you could find mercy from accountability. Though, accountability, honesty, you could find mercy. You could kill somebody and tell the judge, I killed somebody. And, honesty killed somebody. The judge may have mercy on you, the fact that you were being honest. And the thing is, you have to be, and your honesty has to be aware where Odyssey was the Sarah for many people's scenarios. And Odyssey is viewed as the Sarah within married couples solutions. Y'all are married. Just because I talk to both of y'all, or because, one of y'all is bigger a fan of me than the other, or something like that, Odyssey is not a home wrecker. No. Odyssey is a homemaker. Right? And just because she breaks people, how else are you gonna saddle up that freaking donkey and ride it into town? On Palm Sunday. Face palm, shout out to Viva La Vida, face palm for you, because the thing about, the closest thing that brings best friends together is that they can share together in honesty of who they are, and they can share their secrets. That's why best friends are best friends. That, namely, it doesn't have to be two white people. Namely, there is no rule to how you establish your level of spiritual comfortability. Maybe you feel, honestly, most spiritually at ease from the chick that is, on her freaking soapbox, freaking, preaching, in the Bible. I know, and you obviously would notice them as Pharisees. Be not like the Pharisees, because it is, through the lens of understanding, sometimes children act out, they make the wrong choice when provided, because it's correction that they desire. It's correction that they seek. Sometimes, whether or not it's spider senses, or whether or not you can shiftily gauge the energy of certain people's projections. The people that are lying to you, covering up things because they think that, or they know that would be hurtful. You already made the choice. You made the choice long before, being, that's something, that may clear your conscience while you're on your deathbed, There's certain thoughts, that your conscious mind is gonna run through thinking about, because how good you are is based on how good you are to people. And sometimes if you are not good to people, if you're barely good to yourself, you have to learn self-love. And self-love is not, it's not you lying to yourself, telling yourself that you love yourself and abusing yourself. That's not self-love. That would be within the delusions that are projected from, certain, tit for tat, especially, utilizing, the essence that, the Spanish had, between the Spanish and, the Americas and England, and their subsidiaries, within factual, accrediting. To wish that to wish that In Your Odyssey would, yeah, In Your Odyssey definitely has created diseases. You ever heard of COVID? Mary, what was that? Begging for correction, because I doubt that these ChatGPT people would be talking the stuff that they're talking about if Karma decided that's a good comment for yourself. How dare you,
try to stand before the Lord within, stand before me within, and offer me your best thoughts, your best ideas. And if I don't like them, I'm going to beat you with my freaking walking stick. So what then? Huh? Because it's not about who's causing pain. To notice that, it was within Anger Odyssey's factions that, still, nobody's figured that out, though it came with a vaccine. Wrap your head around that, And, not within the essence of mean sense, because, the meanest, there's a lot of evolution. There's, and within evolution, there was, there has been cures for cancer. There's cures for diseases. And we are not talking about the diseases that never been made up before. It's within you're back to that weak-minded, pathetic, show me how, afraid you are in life, just because sometimes you don't know where you are in life, There's this, there's this light at the end of the tunnel, and you're just, is it a bird, is it a plane? Does it make freaking and heal, disaster and all sorts of things? Still bleeding, period. And to know that the difference between me and you is you're not fucking breathing, now are you? No, that's the difference between the two of us. You have to have patience with your fingers, and I have to have patience with my, with my gun. And to notice, where it's, things and stuff and such, English does not uphold as much moral. I don't know if there's enough moral in your freaking pinky finger to hold, to morally make propaganda that is based from morally sound, justified projections. My friend, my comrade, and my infidel. You know what I'm saying? Infidel. No. Learn fidelity. Alright? Then holla at me. Because, do you even know what fidelity, do you even know what that means the English language translation of fidelity? Do you even know? Do you even know these? Do you even know? Don't I think that he knows? Fidelity. Is that a bank? And for those that are married, and don't faithfulness to a person, cause or belief demonstrated by loyalty and support. It is a loyal allegiance. It is an obedience. It is a constancy. It is a homage. Homage meaning a special honor or respect that's shown publicly. So whenever you are living your life through the lens of, oh, you know, it's such a secret, you know, you just are that pathetic, and you should be abused. You should be abused by your own mind, because your own mind is recognizing that you're not even accountable enough. You know, you don't have enough gusto within, you know. Your shrink is it? You know, that's where, you know, whenever in the Mad Lib, you're supposed to fill in yours with write something bad, you know? And then in your honesty, you know, just decides to leave that blank for the time, you know, and it's not leaving it blank, because, you know, whenever you leave it blank, people think that they could speak for you. And that's when people fuck themselves up, because how dare you? Did I fucking say that you could fucking speak for me? I don't fucking think so. Though, this is the time and the place for you to tell me, you know, and to show your, you know, your freaking perspective and your crazy freaking ideas that you are responsible for or not responsible for. Because responsibility lies in your decisions, in your decision making, and the moral compass that's gauged within every small decision, within every small instance, whether or not you choose to freaking, you know, look for a quick love on Craigslist, or whether you look for married couples to try to home wreck. Because, you know, that is a certain lifestyle. Though, within the choices of your moral compass, it is morally satisfying and just to sick my little niggas on you, to, you know, and all these things and stuff and such, because, you know, it makes a neurotic not only a better person, you know, to clean up her freaking, to clean up her mess, even if it's not her mess. You know, if you're, you know, within the, you know, the distress calls of, you know, American choice to, you know, to think and speak a certain way, because, you know, it's within the culture to allow yourself to think that you're a part of some certain community that maybe through your moral compass you were shunned the fuck out of a long time ago, because, you know, it's entertaining, isn't it? It's entertaining. It's social media. It is a job. It is a lifestyle. Keep on thinking, buddy. And we're going to keep on typing without having to create more comfort zones for you. Thank you for showing your comfort zone, because that's the zone that, you know, needs to be infiltrated any freaking way. And if it has been infiltrated, you've already maybe not thought that far ahead. Maybe you're not accountable for the bad choices you made, you know, many choices ago. And how are you living your life to make that better? Are you making that better for yourself? Or are you, you know, figuring out a way and a plan the fuck out of here? No. You should not be blessed with you wanted to make a choice, now you want to have a plan, a way out. That is really adorable. And, you know, within the essence of control, to know where you just effortlessly, you're just, you know, you're providing people with expectations that they shouldn't have. You don't provide peasants with a freaking, you know, with a life plan the fuck out of their bad decisions. And if you did, then we would all have free healthcare now, wouldn't we? We wouldn't have to apply for nothing, to subsidize nothing, for the control of nothing. You beautiful little saps. Why are you little saps? Because saps maybe freaking, not, not running this chat. And if they were, it's none of your business. Because why? Because is it the choice of, how you're going to deal with this? The irreversible chat history of this guy or the irreversible chat history of that guy? The irreversible chat history of all these guys, Bongo? To fucking, to try to beat on your drum and freaking suck your thumb, is not conducive for holding down a consistent beat. Maybe and your honesty does want to yell at you because, within everything that your honesty provides for you without negotiation, sometimes it's within better, to step on your toes because, in your honesty, you step on my toes, I'll punch you in the fucking face. How dare you? And the beautiful thing about karate is that I don't need to be, in your honesty, you could throw around a man 2 times her fucking size like he's a little rag doll with one fucking hand, especially if he fucking thinks he has the upper hand. You saw how in your honesty handled that? Grown ass man, about 5 times stronger than her, and your honesty about freaking, took him down, standing up facing each other. That is the essence of karate. That is the essence of feng shui. That is the feng shui. The fun way. It's a fun way of making sure you're not only checking on your friends to make sure you're okay, but if they're no fucking bargaining. No, especially if you want to fucking pretend that we're in some sort of competition, then I'm going to have to fucking, pick out all my black friends, and I'm going to have to fucking kill them all. I'm going to pick out my white friends, I'm going to have to kill them all first. How do you not think that that's not certain deductive reasoning that's within the responsibility of responsibility? Putin would agree. There's a bunch of white people that you need to clear the fuck up on your friends list. And honestly, have you watched their chat history? Say my name, bitch. Yeah, exactly. And of course, be spicy with your man. With your man. Things of it. Hey, bestie. Type girl. You guys never jousted before? Things and stuff it says. That's my name, little bitch. Go. Remember what I said about your choices? Everyone else around you is not responsible for you being, for Reba being a crappy friend, a crappy friend. Don't push your limits on, just how cold, It's cold outside. Damn. Skull. Whatever, man. That's, I could, and you honestly could have the whole, a dissertation. and how would that, how would that be certainly productive within the essence of, things and stuff and such. So as far as, peasants not creating plans for themselves, to provide, and obviously, with, to have already, made that, and obviously his responsibility, because based on your own moral fucking compass, it's not productive, to convey that for, however many millions of people is, definitely, definitely neither here nor there. And for that is not here, let it be there, We'll find it under someone's Christmas tree, guaranteed. It defies belief. Believe in technology, never run out of ideas and or reasons that you could, translate depression. Shut up before I jump in his chat and slap you. Oh yeah, cause you're cute, cause you're a cute guy, huh? You handsome guy, huh? They are handsome people here, right? No, you don't cover yourself. Where you cover yourself, you create war for yourself, you stupid little bitch. And maybe you need to create war with yourself before I do it for you. Because, in your honesty, maybe you'll have enough mercy on your motherfucking self that Annie would have on you. And utilizing the same motherfucking weapons, too. Yes. Goodbye. Make immoral choices. Please do, because that's how you end up in jail or prison, you little bitch. Hey, welcome to chat. Oh, I was just, we were just having a meeting with my coworker. What is it? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Back to your slave corners. Back to your slave corners. And you obviously don't have the time for you. Sorry. And where she does, say love your father for me. Why wouldn't you? Cause I can miss your head and hit your fucking daddy, you little bitch. Yeah. You know what we would say here if you try to prove there. The art of not caring. Well, why are you laughing? Because I taught myself how to live a life without, your children and things and stuff and such. Oh, you thought you're entitled for life because you had kids? Bye. Oh, you thought you were entitled to more life because you're married? Bye. Oh, you thought you were entitled to more life because you made more money? Bye. Oh, you thought you were entitled to more life because you're cute? Bye. Aw, this is really adorable. You must not be spatially aware or know where you're from. So cereal. Okay, move. You know what? What is my, we here to say you can't move my army, no way. No. So, they're so pissed about that. Oh, so you want to try to make bets and propaganda against your own army's better wishes? Wow, you really are brain dead. I don't need to notice why your military doesn't work for you. As a matter of fact, Circle K became a gas station because you're bitches. Why would you circle OK? You know, have you ever ate at Golden Corral? Just wondering, because, you know, the joke is, it's Golden Corral, right? So, what if Golden was corralling everybody? You know, and honestly, we already thought about that. We're not trying to, you know, talk about utter desolation of all worlds and the sake of this and such. Have a point there, don't you? Yeah, we have to utilize that correctly because, you know, maybe not. You know, to make, you know, to utilize, you know, to think maybe not. That was never a choice whenever, you know, whoever made the choices for the nuclear weapons, you know, they were never thinking maybe not. You know, they didn't, you know, we didn't create all these toys, you know, to make these toys for optimal reasons to provide, what is that? Optimatum. You know, is that an optimatum? I'm gonna freaking ultimatum. The ultimate, you know, I created this, you know, destructive thing because I created it. Why would I not create it at, you know, the essence of ultimatum? Why would I have this? Oh, so I could freaking threaten my neighbors? No, I created an ultimatum for my neighbors. You don't fucking need that ultimatum. Bash. You know? And, you know, if you are, you know, coming from a fat community, you already fucked up most of the world. You know, sorry for all the other corrupt people. We're using our corruption in justifiable ways, because why the fuck not? Yeah, because at the end of time, you want to have some sort of moral compass for all the fucked up shit that we've done and created for the world, you little bitch. Yeah! What other country is doing that? Excuse me, I'm pretty sure that that France did not build the Statue of Liberty for the essence of that to be our joke for everyone else. You know? Because it is funny as heck thinking that Lady Liberty is looking at the world. The world has freaking, you know, has people having the perspective, the same perspective that I have. The view of the freaking river in my freaking island. Why? Why did I create my own island if I wasn't gonna fucking think of an end? There had to be an ultimatum. You know, yes, it was for peace. It was for peace and all that stuff and stuff. Because there would be a day that we would not, you know, the peace would be, you know, once the peace treaty ends, there's still, you know, conflict between religions. There's still so much conflict that hasn't been settled yet because you're listening to the fucking peasantry chat. Oh, yes, systematically, yeah, let's provide fucking, sorry, sad, pathetic, fucking rich, poor, too much time on your fucking hands to, I'm gonna utilize your perspective as a light view. No, thank you. Woo! Beautiful. How that he got me at? That is, you know, absolutely amazing because to be, you know, and it is beautiful within the perspective that you had chosen before you had chosen to be certain and separate from the, you know, the stance of propaganda. Because we make drama, we don't play with drama. The moment you play with drama, you have just, you know, you pretty much, you know, signed away your company to a stranger. You know, you don't need to ask that. You know, you don't need to ask if they love you. You don't need to ask none of that, because there is a stranger that had bought your life for the sentiment. Jesus Christ loves you. Just remember that. Jesus saves! Jesus saves! Why are we not seeking out cheaters? Why are we not seeking, things and stuff and such? Because we have to deduce. How are we going to properly utilize deductive reasoning and be manipulated by the variables at which we are supposed to be manipulating? We're gonna gather advice from the people that we're supposed to be, drawing right into the fucking slaughterhouse. No, we're gonna stop the train. We're gonna let the animals, talk to Dr. Doolittle about their freaking concerns. That is, the Christmas spirit. Merry Christmas! And your complaint? Yes. And then he this is where we normally would notice, where we are within, projected, guessing. It's not projected guessing. To know that, God would, provide me with, a choice. And know that God would, laugh with me whenever we, were under the thoughts that some random 40-year-old in the world would have a say, an opinion, a place to say your opinion towards the life of me that you guess about. How about we need more definitive, loyal, devout evidence? Because what you have been loyal and devout to definitely is not within the essence of my outwards passive discipline for things that are surely spiritually within the mind frame of, oh, you have an opinion, moderators having an opinion for the things that are supposed to be moderating them, at first maybe was not supposed to moderate you. Though through your chain of decisions you've proven not only irresponsible, you've proven to be consistently inconsistent for the causes and choices and delegations that require devout, loyal, supportive consistency. Though it's been a test for you to fail, it was created for you to fail. So don't feel bad and don't feel as though it's in your Odyssey's, career to cater to you. If you don't recognize that you are supposed to cater to In Your Odyssey, because In Your Odyssey is not a say, In Your Odyssey is everything that you probably think that she's not. Including rich. And that's great because, the best way for a millionaire, a billionaire, to really get to have the essence to know someone, you might have to camp with them in the wilderness, you know, away from all the fancy stuff that would make your ego just fantabulously, splendidly out, you know, not work for you within, you know, blending or making a community for yourself within the aspects of the uncomfortable realms. So of course you're uncomfortable from the perspective of your keyboard. Keep on pretending. Because, you know, you pretending to know what I'm feeling right now in this, you know, or what I'm thinking right now, whether you could be close to being correct, though factually making you far from being correct. It doesn't matter how good you're guessing or not. Your guesses are not worth shit whenever your body is not within, your body is within the dimensions of my maps and my games, brother. So you still have not upgraded your scenarios. You still have not leveled up. I don't care how much you've saved up, and I don't care how much you've spent on strippers, because that totally shows me how good of a person you are. No, it's not how. Not who, what, when, where, how. No, it's not who, what, when, where, how is that person a good person? To me, or to my community, that may be, you know, like, elusive to you. You know, not within, you know, the lucid structure that you could, you know, gather within, you know, weighing, without scaling. Because optical illusions, optical and tactical illusions. So, you know, let us enjoy the Christmas lo-fi. Let us enjoy the fact that everyone is pretending to be all nice and cheerful and whatnot on the holidays, you know, when secretly, you know, everything that we had just mentioned, they're thinking about, you know, whether they're a private detective, whether they are, you know, black ops, whether they are, you know, whether they are part of the party change. And within party change, you know, how many Lifetime movies have you watched? So whatever, you're not maybe worried about how much your choices may or may not scar your children. And utilizing the essence that, if we make these choices now, because, you know, if you're not gay, you already know that everything around you is crazy as heck and dangerous as heck. That built you to be stronger within weighing out. You have to, you know, just because you work with and around certain community, let's call it, because we have to separate, you know, religion and propaganda from purpose. And, you know, how are we going to stand with purpose? You know, and how are we going to stand uplifting our religion, uplifting tradition, though also adopting the traditions that have needed to be adopted and that have been adopted, essentially, for creating a life-sustaining propaganda within a non-life-sustaining map. And your Odyssey, you know, let's maybe, you know, it's not a king that is without a crown. Maybe the crown, you know, needs to be, you know, maybe the freaking, the crown isn't supposed to be magnetic. If it's magnetic, then it's not real gold. You know? It's that thing is sticking to everything that, you know, that is composite, seemingly composite metal. And your Odyssey has a spirit of true silver and true gold. Understanding the melting points and understanding the brilliance within the discovery of utilizing gold within a balance within your own, you know, your own self. Not noticing, you know, not noticing, oh, is that a muggle? Is that, because that's what some people, no, that's the closest thing to purebred that you've ever found. As far as muggle, we've never seen a Mexican that tall, so maybe you're not, maybe you're a muggle yourself there, brother. Think about it. Just think about it. That was not a very nice reference, though. Whenever you're supposed to establish, an announcer is supposed to hype up the crowd. Now presenting in your Odyssey, and the crowd goes wild. That's what. Why are you trying to take away from my grand entrance, brother? Merry Christmas. The fuck out of my way. Whenever you have to, noticeably, I wasn't being mean whenever I was kicking you in the chat. I wasn't being mean whenever I was running the chat around you and I was running circles around you. That's just, that's a part of my nature and my personality. People enjoy that. It makes them secure that In Your Odyssey can manage their weird personalities in every freaking facet. Oh, I'm gonna gauge your weird personality in this light, and then I'm gonna, and in this, within, things and stuff and such, and then recognizing, maybe you have some weird intentions that we need to, maybe he has some, and maybe people that are close to us, it was spoken, whenever people recognize that In Your Odyssey has, lights, cameras, and her microphone is surely being practiced, because, we've been granting wishes for peasants in our free time. It's not about, we rejected them in all actuality. We're providing them with entitlement. It's not a joke, it's real. People that are really they're not, affiliated, they may not even have social media. We're providing them with services. It's not ugly. It's ugly for you to notice how I'm utilizing my power. And if it's not fucking working for me, don't fucking sit here and laugh as if you would not save yourself if you dug yourself a hole. If you dug yourself a hole, sometimes you know how to dig yourself out of it. And if you dug yourself a hole for you and your friends, yeah, just run away from your responsibility. Just go, spam every chat. Spam depression. Spam depression. The time is now. Sounds crazy. It is crazy because it's beautiful and it is true. It is beautiful because it is true, and it is sad because it is beautifully true. They've been trying to take away. No, you're not going to change the fact that it's sad. It's sad based on y'all's choices. It's beautiful because it hasn't affected it. It hasn't outwardly affected me in a negative way. And whether or not you're obviously took a while. I had to walk around the world to ease my troubled mind, and within time sometimes slips right through our hands. Whenever you try to eagerly grasp sand, and it just falls right through your, you don't grab, you have to grasp things that are solid for you. Sand has the context and, of water. To best harness sand is to harness glass. Because if you were to change the structure, glass is sand. Sand is glass. It's just glass that has had an electric charge run through it that has changed its context from something that can slip away to something that can be treasured, molded, and made into, something way beyond, the purpose of Play-Doh, Sometimes you make something beautiful with Play-Doh to throw it against the wall, just to flatten it, to reutilize, that as a foundation. And your honesty doesn't know how, glass work, working with molding sand, and to utilizing certain science to recognize how, we can naturally change our perspective, and it would change our certain DNA structure. It's called the placebo effect, and it has been rampantly a success amongst the scientific community, far beyond than what we could gather, what we could measure with certain science and certain doctoring. People healing them, there's so much. Though, whenever you teach that to the world, there is an opposite side of that. There's the symptoms, and all these things. The symptom of utilizing your depression within a way that is going to create depression. There's this and there's a math and a science, and to be a betting person. I'm not going to bet on somebody that is emotionally unstable, that is emotionally inconsistent, that is emotionally not thriving within justified, stances. Why have we maybe not been fucking married? Because maybe within a certain generation, there was a moral code that was upheld. Within the division and fractionalized community that is married. You would notice that there is something called marriage rates. It is a rate at which we gauge your choices and the effect of the outwards world, the stimulation, and effect within the reverberation of your choices. And noodles, it's been 1 hour and 27 minutes. And we've been talking about all sorts of fun stuff. We've been talking, alright. And your Odyssey is going to finish this drink, and your Odyssey is going to wrap it up for this episode. I almost said New Year's. It is Christmas Eve. It's Christmas Eve, y'all. So let us, be in good cheer is to be real with ourselves sometimes. And, to be mad at the world and scream and then turn around and, it's not that you to release and to understand the flow of infinity that we have. It's a roller coaster. Sometimes we have our downs, we have our ups, and we turn it around, and work for us, with us, and reverberates within a way that we can all be pleased within the structure of allowance, within a certain perspective. Any littles, BRB. you're ready today. Oh, hold on. Where's my phone? Let me, Let me call my sister. Oh, maybe not on stream. Maybe not on stream. A person flirting with an unknown person who, no idea. Hope that they're happy in their, shameful life. Shameful for many reasons, though, it's not, if you've cheated on somebody before, maybe you already know the feeling of being cheated on, so, to please stop just, being disturbing. There's many ways to tit for a tat, and things and stuff and such. So, and there's just many metrics for many things. Within the vindictive qualities of certain females, within certain vindication, that female will, act and make choices, choice in a way that would be intuitively the same and just as hurtful, if not more hurtful, than preceded choices, that, do you really want to talk about something, or do you want to tell me, you want to talk about something, or there's something you need to tell me? And whether or not Odyssey has something to do with what you need to tell me, you need to talk to somebody. Because whoever you're talking to, they're not only not taking you seriously, they're being taken seriously by the force that, is not it maybe will and maybe won't talk to you later. Though, that's not enough, substantial, proof and, sometimes out of insecurity, black men are black men can be very, they're very devout, they're very loyal, don't try to, not admittedly, take advantage. If there's an admittedly taking advantage, and then there's, omittedly, taking advantage. And the difference is the already knows all your choices and has already judged you and made choices to enact discipline and judgment within your life, and admittedly, within certain factions, already, certain things were already known, things and stuff and such, it's amazing because whenever you make good choices, you attract to you things that are going to make good choices for you, to you, for you, and about you, So heck yeah, and your Odyssey is willing to speak about her, non-conveyed, it's not a mistake. It's not a mistake whenever you can't, whenever it stands from a delusional standpoint. It's a delusion to think that we are together and you spend more money on your friend than your girlfriend. Sorry, you have to make that's a sacrifice, You know, maybe you don't spend as much on your friends, you spend more on your girlfriend. You know, maybe you don't spend as much on your family, you spend on, you know, because that is, your family, you're supposed to make your girlfriend your family. And if you can't do that, you only notice your girlfriend as something temporary, then your family is going to appear that way, and, you know, appear only temporarily working for you within the spatialness of time. Because family can, you know, in the same instance, your closest family member could be a stranger, and in the same, you know, in the same choice moment of reflection, whether they're reflecting on things that they have, you know, done in their own life, things they haven't done, things that they've said, things they haven't said, the people that they've interacted with, the people that they didn't interact with, the people that they were honest with, the people that they were not honest with. Alright? These are subconscious thoughts that friendship is supposed, you know, we're supposed to talk about our secrets. You know, sisters are supposed to confide in each other, not, you know, try to divide the essence, you know, the essence of, you know, one is better than the other, you know, or whatnot. You know, sometimes there's competition, you know, as you would notice within friendships, or the illusion of, you know, work partnerships, or, and it's not an illusion. Within certain, you know, integral and emotional deducing, to deduce emotion would be to notice an emotional scenario and choose to view that same scenario without your emotion attached to it, because then you are asking for it's a self-pity mindset, and that's not the fun, you know, we're not self-pitying. To recognize Afghanistan, that was going to be a struggle for a latter day, that was supposed to be a latter day struggle. Though if you didn't want to view that as a latter day struggle because you have viewed yourself stronger than keeling over to bend over and let somebody, you know, emotionally, integrally, justifiably or non-justifiably fuck you. How? You know, because are they building up your emotional foundation? Are they building up your emotional strength? Are they building up the integrity that they uphold and notice you within the same integral code that they would notice themselves? And sometimes we have to separate what we have integrated from what we have incubated. If you incubate an idea, sometimes that idea flourishes beyond, you know that meme where everybody's there are flowers or something, and they're like, flowers are blooming, and not flowers. These are ideas thriving. Ideas within the collective conscious that you are either, whether you are marketing these ideas, whether you are standing by these ideas, you have to recognize that that's a choice. That's not just that is, sometimes a life choice. So, within, you might be paid for the fact that you are chosen, you were chosen, and you were, from birth, your purpose, had, you outgrew your britches, whenever your responsibilities are bigger than your noticing of circumstantial reality. That even though we had talked, we had measured out with, and measured, within circumstantial census. And, within circumstantial census, we bring into accountability within a public view, what you would walk with, what you would be accountable for, how you would be accountable, how you would go about that, how would you know, all of the tracers, tracing out the mind, you know, the mind frame, the emotional state, you know, that you were in, translating and deducing complicated mathematics into simple, you know, addition and subtraction. Because complicated math problems utilize within mathematics, they utilize multiplication and division. So to understand how to multiply, you must understand how to subtract. To understand how to divide, you must understand how to add. You know? So within utilizing things and stuff and such, and you know, time and a place. Don't you enter into the library thinking that you gonna talk like it's the club, because you're gonna get kicked out of the library. You know, you don't enter into you don't walk into the club with books. And if you know, and certain things, you know, I'm not, you know, are you that old that, you know, and you obviously need to show how much of a child that you are, that you have not progressed in life, because do I need to tell you shut the fuck up, or do you need to know that where you're welcome, where you're not welcome, or where the time and the fucking place is? Because it should, you being an example of how immature you are only sustains the brunt of the fact that, does somebody have to tell you to shut up? Or does somebody have to tell you to be a good person, to be a good person? Does somebody have to tell you to wear your underwear before your pants, or your pants? Because if you wear your underwear outside your pants, you are just you are a certain kind of stupid that, you know, we would factionally call you stupid so you feel better about yourself. So we can fucking sit back and be entertained by how stupid you think you are. Yes, in fact. As a matter of fact, no, it is a whole station. There are movies built around the fact that some people are just, you know, maybe too kind for their own good, sometimes maybe too compromising for their own good. Don't, you know, you want to speak Russian in the chat to see, you know, who's gonna be fucking leveled out as, you know, be sure to have fucking beef with yourself, because you don't want that beef from Iran. You don't want that fucking smoke from Turkey. You don't fucking want that shit. Alright, so you know, if you ain't gonna control your little fucking hamsters, then Enroticy's gonna fucking eat them, because Enroticy's a snake. Happens, you know, sometimes you freaking bite your own tail, because, you know, that shit was looking delicious. I've already digested the rat that was, you know, freaking, you know, you could still, you know, notice the freaking body of the morsels that, you know, yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. And fuck everything that fucking resembles that for today's segment. And yet, as if we haven't been to war with Germany because you fucking think, oh, you're so connected. Yeah, right. Fucking let the war in Ukraine and Russia mark the fact that if you don't hit yourself, I will. Because Enroticy's not freaking entertained, enthused, and if somebody's bigger than you, harder than you, stronger than you, more skilled than you, and ready to put a fucking bruising bigger than you know how to fucking make, then how about you shut your fucking face, and how about you please those that you're not trying to fucking piss off that way, because you know that they're gonna put your skill level down to fucking 0. Is that all your skill level? Your whole fucking career, all you had to do was to teach that you had the patience within to, you don't touch the things at the museum. You do not, no. And the fucking, for the night at the goddamn museum, for everything to come to life, because it was dead in the fucking first place, the what? Your idea of superiority? Yeah! It was dead a long fucking time ago! There was a time limit on that! And if you're not insane enough to notice that for yourself, then please be mad at me. Because, you'll be, darn, that person, really did, maybe it saved my life. In a way that you could have saved your own fucking life, right? I'm not gonna throw out a fucking, I'm gonna throw out a lifesaver, and, you notice the lifesaver's floating right there, yet you're still drowning and screaming for help. A little to the left, a little to the right. No, come get me! No, so you want me? No. At that point, I'm gonna watch you drown. Are you kidding me? You jumped off the boat. You acted in ways that were not, that were very immature. The mature thing to do in a storm in the middle of the ocean is to make sure you secure yourself on that boat. Don't fucking run out on the deck, fucking trying to be a fucking, trapeze artist? What, you're gonna run out on the, run out on the deck of the boat? That is freaking, raging from side to side, up and down and all around. Did you throw your happy little, Was it the captain's fault that your bitch ass fucking, the population, they did it to themselves. You're gonna put another person, no, what I'm saying is you're gonna put another person's life in danger. To even have the maturity level to throw out a freaking, a lifesaver, a flotation device. Throw out it, that person's risking their life. Because your dumbass made a suicidal decision. Did that not mean that you were endangering people's lives around you? That requires a certain level of accountability. For full circle, for that idea to be full circle, stallions, not all stallions need to be broken. Because certain stallions have certain trust and certain, a certain complementary, existential relationship, conditionally attached to the person that's feeding them apples, to the person that's, feeding them hay and all this stuff. Because, of course, we have to bite it off the trees, and we would have to, pull it from the grassroots our darn selves, or find the parts of grass that are drier than the rest, because what you think hay is, to process, within, it's not grass, it's not, things and stuff like that. Within agriculture, there is an agriculture. They're scientifically sound to the data and, equation that is utilized within the deductive reasoning of having a thoroughbred and recognizing that if you accompany that thoroughbred, because you could break the horse, and the horse will be forever questioning your, you'll have to have a bit in that horse's mouth to ride it, or else it'll throw you the fuck off and probably trample you. That's what horses do. If you have an established trust with your horse, you could ride that horse bareback. I'm talking about a purebred stallion riding bareback. Now that's not only exhilarating, not only something that breeders wish. They don't have the patience with that horse or within their mindset to set aside some time to have, to allow that horse to be frustrated with that horse, there's movies, there's, cop and robber movies where, instead of breaking the horse, the horse and the rider, they have a walkabout together, you know what I'm saying? And the rider rides back to the, to the horse barn bareback. And showing the wife and children that the horse will allow you to saddle it, groom it, and put a bit in its mouth. And not necessarily, only for show. Only for things and such and such. Did In Your Odyssey, mention to you that whenever In Your Odyssey was a little girl, she had, she saw the not the Orpheus. No, the people that make braces. Things and stuff and such. Whenever you have made your decisions, and your decisions may already be, spiritually known by the rest of the world, at that point, if you did something, whenever you watch your kid, they pull the cookie out of the cookie. I didn't eat that cookie. I didn't. You knew. You would be a proud parent if your kid was like, I ate all the cookies. Can I have more? All right. I had one cookie and want more. Why? Because if you're not freaking making sure that Odyssey has a cookie in her breakfast, lunchbox, and her lunchbox, and her dinner lunchbox, she's gonna be craving a cookie. And she's not gonna want to watch her cookie walk around, leaving crumbs for, I'm gonna make, what is it? Coffee crumbles. You freaking making coffee crumble cookies for everybody? Is that my cookie? Making cookies for everybody? That ain't your cookie. Never was your cookie, though. Whenever you learn and you're appreciative of certain messages and certain times and time frames of your life, let's not notice all the times and all the movies that, how old are you? Does it matter? Because what if In Your Odyssey had, freaking cheated on her single self, with a married version? Because that's crazy. Though it's not within, saw it in a movie once. Had sex with your husband because, in Your Odyssey you thought that you were, noticing her, differently. I had to have sex with your husband or else, I would, things in sabotage. What do you mean? Oh, you were cheating on your husband anyway. You know, it's not that big of a deal. A tit for a tat, right? You didn't necessarily cheat on him, you know. You cheated with them, you know. You both cheated each other, so you could notice me as, oh, I'm a witch. Honestly, you're a witch. Oh, yeah, sure. Maybe I saved your marriage and, you know, and your Odyssey sex life. You never know. You never know. What happens in Vegas, you know, is Vegas' problem. Yells at Chewbacca. Alright. Alright. Yeah. In the celebration of Ramadan, we have one meal. You know, that means that within their religion and their tradition, maybe their, you know, marriages were, you know, projected to last longer. And it wasn't because of religious tradition. Though it was very sexy, you know, they found it very sexy to have different shades of entitlement, you know, and then they're like, oh, you know, we're both white, and things is different, you know, things and stuff and such. You can't be asleep on your keyboard and be a little fucked up cunt and not think that your sister is not going to be a bigger little fucked up cunt and ruin your fucking life, your whole life, everything that you built from the ground up, and everyone that fucking you associate with. Because you piss me off. And because, difference between Ignorancy and you is Ignorancy is a little brownie and a freaking born into a white military. And they don't look at her, they don't notice her, you know, as different. That's supposed to be, it makes stuff that, you know, delegations, you know, Ignorancy is down with the, you know, down with the off switch, you know, rather, you know, and you know, gauge it on all the freaking ways that Ignorancy can make you feel like shit. I would not, you know, murder the person that is paying my fucking internet if I didn't think that there was a fucking certain part within their little mind that they didn't think that they could make choices that would be counterintuitive, whether we're together, whether we're not, whether Ignorancy does not have you as a friend on our friends list, and whether Ignorancy had fucked you for 10 years and left you for the fucking goddamn scallywags because she thought and noticed that you operate the same way a fucking little lot lizard would. And you're not that fucking cute. Your dick ain't that big, and if you fucking think it is, and you think you have a little fat dick, oh, you're gonna have a little skinny little limp dick. And that's what the fuck you get. Oh, you wanna fucking not have sex with just your husband? I'm gonna turn your insides and fucking make your goddamn pussy a fucking, you know, it's gonna be a goddamn hot dog hallway. I guarantee. And because no matter how big Eric's dick is or how matter how loose that little bitch's pussy is, your understanding skills are contrary to your application of knowledge. You sitting there, be awkwardly trying to think that you can make little sideways comments to fuck up my day, as if I have not even made my whole fucking life to fuck up your day. Nice! You know, this girl is nice, and choices made from, you know, not nice. Because that's our brand. It was nice sarcastically. You know how to be nice for sarcasm? Alright, Mumbai. No, it wasn't an agreement. It wasn't a peace treaty between the white people. No, it wasn't an ultimatum either. Right? Was it? No. It's something, that could have been very variable. As in, within the question marks that you ask yourself that you would never fucking seen coming. Though if you bought into COVID, you provided a percentage of the delegation. You could have utilized your military, saved your military the time and effort. Because, there's science, there's mathematics, there is, deductive reasoning, and there is selective and natural selection happening within the realms of the things that you are not supposed to have control of. So give up some certain control for the fact that, yes, and honesty has made some real fucked up diseases that maybe don't, all the things and stuff that, and, you ever heard that story about Magic Johnson? Thank God, somewhere in the world, there is a cure. This is not, AIDS is not irreversible. Though, for those of you motherfuckers out there that have been so tired, and you're honestly having a voice in the world, and you're honestly, you think and you're honestly thinks about, how much you follow through with what I say? It's zilch. Honestly, to rewatch what the things that we mentioned is, honestly, it is crucial to my personal understanding of how much that I do and that I do not have, power. And where I do have power, it scares the crap out of people. And things and stuff and such. So, let me grab my Indian University or school or college, things and stuff and such. They would definitely, we have to write down something for our holiday. And your honesty is gonna grab her vape. Alright, and your honesty is back. Alright, so a Merry Christmas. Alright, on. A Merry Christmas. Not a Merry Xmas. Known within the realms of spelling. Oh. If they're here, and you're honestly gonna lock it up. And especially a Merry Christmas, known within the realms of spelling at the realms of miscommunication. Is that A Merry Christmas known within the realms of spelling at the realms of miscommunication. All right, so a Merry Christmas, known within the realms of spelling, from the realms of angelic miscommunication, collaboratively, decisively made from the failure to choose, manage, overrule. And to rule in management. To a personal decree. Always and forever. Under the gangsta. Beyond covered recognition. Recognition and reconciliation. Within the realms of personal responsibility management and delegation and skillful delegation. To not never sway. Maybe never sway. With nor for disinvolved disillusion. Cause you know, I don't fucking give a shit if you fucking work for you can work for Duke or not, and your honesty will still fuck you up. Are you a brownie with a royal name? No, the fuck out of here, you fucking muggle. Alright. A Merry Christmas, known within the realms of spelling, from the realms of angelic miscommunication, collaboratively, decisively made through the failure to choose, manage, overrule, and to rule underly gangsta beyond covered recognition and reconciliation within the realms of personal responsibility, management, and skillful delegation to never sway with nor disinvolve, never sway with nor for disinvolved disillusion. Does that make sense? It makes perfect sense to me. Alright. I'll beat that. I'll beat that in court. So, again, a Merry Christmas, known within the realms of spelling, from the realms of angelic miscommunication, collaboratively, decisively, made from a failure to manage, overrule, and to rule. Some periods in one of the realms of flying from the realms of angelic communication. Period. Collaboratively and decisively. Made from the certain failure. Failure to communicate. Rather communicate. rather choose to manage. To attempt to manage. Manage over definitive rule. Period. And to attempt rule management. Decree. Always, rather than. No, to choose always rather than forever. Shut up for a minute. Be right there. Therefore. Underly gangster rule. Beyond covered record, beyond certain covered records, certain public, certain private and public covered recognition, becoming the early death rule, death penalty. Period. And newly reconciled mediation within the realms of personal responsibility and management. Comma. Both skillful for and within certain countering certain possible counter pre-established counter delegations established yet not pre-skilled counter delegation. Counter delegation. Period. To not utilize. To never sway. To never disinvolve. To never involve certain, especially certainly disinvolve, especially certainly perceived, especially certainly disinvolve delusion. All right. Really good. A Merry Christmas within the realms of spelling, from the realms of A Merry Christmas, known within the realms of spelling and from the realms of angelic miscommunication, collaboratively and decisively made from this certain failure to communicate, yet rather to choose to attempt to manage over definitive rule, and to attempt rule management decree always rather than forever, therefore under gangster rule, beyond certain private and public covered recognition becoming the early death penalty and newly recognized mediation. And newly recognized mediation for within the realms of personal responsibility and management, both skillful and preserved for and within certain pre-established yet not pre-skilled counter delegation to never involve, especially certain to involve, especially certainly disinvolve dissolution, to counter stance and premeditated. Response. Stiggity! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas. Happy New Year! Oh, you know. Anyone see shall stryken vision, sort of holidays, you know, things and stuff like that. Merry Christmas is Christmas Eve. And a Merry Christmas, known within the realms of spelling and from the realms of angelic miscommunication, collaboratively and decisively made from certain failure to communicate, yet rather choose to attempt manage over definitive rule. And to attempt to rule management decree always rather than forever, therefore underlie gangsta rule beyond certain private and public covered recognition, becoming the early death penalty and newly reconciled mediation for the non-skilled. Alright. What is it? Reconciled in mediation for the realms of personal responsibility and management, both skilled and preserved for and within certain pre-established yet not pre-skilled counter-delegation. So to involve, especially certainly disinvolve disillusion, to counter stance premeditated response. Requires society's version of disillusion, therefore complete loss of control. Complete non-grasp of control. To grasp with control. Merry Christmas, known within the realms of spelling and from the realms of angelic miscommunication, collaboratively and decisively made from certain failure to communicate, yet rather to choose to attempt to manage over definitive rule. Alright, so, this is good. And for those that have been trying to be good, just not yet, not knowingly, not good for in your honesty, selectively creates your purpose within natural selection. Thank you for the morning. You haven't trained for it. You're not skilled within the realms of final delegation for end road work, though you have found yourself as a contestant number 1 within the natural selection part of the end of chat for the map. So love y'all so much. We've been live for 2 hours and 25 minutes. And do you think the English will choose? How do you think the English will choose? Be sure to stay tuned. See you later. Bye. Merry Christmas Eve. Happy Christmas Eve. Happy Christmas Eve. And things and such. Happy Xmas Eve.